For the introduction, I will explain to you about data security. What is data security? From IBM, data security is the practice of protecting digital information from unauthorized access, corruption, or theft throughout its entire life cycle. It's a concept that encompasses every aspect of information security, from the physical security of hardware and storage device to administrative and access controls, as well as the logical security of software application. It also includes organizational policies and procedures. There are 4 types of data security, which is encryption, data erasure, data masking, and data resiliency. For the first types of data security is encryption. Encryption is using an algorithm to transform normal text characters into unreadable format. Encryption keys scramble data so that only authorized user can read it. File and database encryption solutions serve as a final line of defense for sensitive volume by obscuring their contents through encryption or tokenization. For the second types of data security is data erasure. Data erasure is more secure than standard data wiping. It is because data erasure uses software to completely overwrite data on any storage device. It verifies that the data is unretrievable. For the third data security is data masking. By masking data, organization can allow teams to develop application or train people using real data. It masks personally identifiable information (PII) where necessary so that development can occur in environments that are compliant. For the last type of data security is data resiliency. Resiliency is determined by how well a data center is able to endure or recover or any type of failure, from hardware problems to power shortage and other disruptive events. Why is data security is important? From McAfee, they states that data security can enable the effective implementation of protective digital privacy measures to prevent unauthorized access to computers, databases, and websites. Data security and privacy must be aligned to effectively implement consumer privacy protection. As for the topic is about data security, the wide age range are using the technology around the world. This is because the implementation of social media can give various types of experience when used certain platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and many others. From the use of the platform, it involving with the security management also needs to be powerful as we want to protect all of the data security in the social media. Then, from the various types of the social platform, all of that needs to have better security and it needs to prevent from hackers. This is because to protect users with their personal information in the social media itself.
Data privacy and data security. When it comes to data security and data privacy, we are already aware that these common words are having either similar meaning or different meaning.
Data privacy is the ability to protect personal information, and data security is the ability to protect data against unauthorized party. There are several differences between data privacy and data security. Data privacy has proper usage in authorized manner, proper storage of data, data quality, ability to protect personal information, and privacy cannot be achieved without security. Data security is policies and method that means to secure personal data. Data being stored from authorized access and use. Data is available when it is needed. Ability to protect data against unauthorized access and security can be achieved without privacy.
What is the risk or threat in data security?
There are several common risks and threats that happen nowadays when people or organizations try to secure their sensitive data. For the first one is phishing or other social engineering attacks. This is the most common ways to trick the individual in order to gain their private information. The attacker will send link to the messenger such as Facebook Messenger or email that seem from trusted source to the victim. But the truth is, it is a trick to gain the person information. When the victim clicks the message or link, the attacker can compromise the device. Thus, we as social media users need to be careful with any link that we receive in our inbox or email, especially when involved the link that need us to change account password or give private information like this. Next, ransomware. Ransomware commonly attack companies, but this is not an excuse to not attack individually. Ransomware is a malware that infects the device and encrypts data that are available in the system. The data will be opened when decryption key is available. In order to gain the key, the victim needs to make a payment to the attacker, but there are still many cases that even paying the ransom is ineffective and the data still loose. Remember, take the threat seriously and make a backup, because when ransomware attack your device, there may be nowhere to recover. Last but not least, we can see in social media there are a lot of personal information available. Thus, this is a suitable place for the attacker to make cybercrime, which is identity thief. What is identity thief? Identity thief is when attackers obtain the personal or financial information of innocent person to use their identity to commit fraud. For example, making unauthorized transaction or purchase. Social media can be one of the sources or platform to gain the information. This is because social media such as Facebook always ask for personal information in order to complete the profile. This is the risk that the user need to be always aware of. Do not oversharing your personal information. Keep the important and private information just for yourself, or other people can be distinguished to be you.
How to protect your data security in social media. Social media is a great way to express opinions, read news, and to keep in touch with family or friends. The problem is, how can you stay safe on social media, even though we all know that as long as you use social media, there's always a risk that your personal information will fall into the wrong hands. So, there are some things maybe you overlooked before, which you can do today to mitigate the risk of this happening and protect your data.
The first thing you should do is to watch your privacy settings in your social media.
Before you share some things, always be mindful of who can see, react or comment. You can control privacy settings and limit who can see your personal information.
Besides, check your privacy settings as often as you can, because we never know if they have been suddenly or mysteriously changed. Next, always be careful about posting photos or video on social media sites. Think twice when you want to posting something on social media, because it can reveal people's identity easily.
Sometimes you are not aware that you're revealing too much information. Nowadays, strangers can check metadata text of the photos such as the dates, time, and location, camera types, and many more. Apart from that, look after your logins. As we know, social media always staying connected whenever you are. Therefore, it is important to know where and how you log into your accounts, especially when you are using other people's devices. Make sure to log out when you are not using it to avoid someone else access to your social media accounts. Moreover, another easy way for you to protect your data is to use strong password. Do not use the information you share on your social media to create your passwords. For instance, if you share pictures of your cat online, make sure you don't use the cat's name as your password. So it is not safe because hackers can access to all your accounts if they know your password. So make sure you use strong and unique passwords for each of your social media accounts.
In our conclusion about data security are, firstly, people need to aware with their information, especially their personal information. This is because in the cyber world, we don't know who might be collecting our personal information without our consent. Second, learn new knowledge about technology for our safety. It is a good thing if we will learn something new. This is because it gives us extra attention for any website that's showing suspicious activities. Lastly, help us to protect our personal information from any threats. This is because there are many crimes that happen in the cyber world. If we know about data security, it can help us to prevent any bad things